Yo, what up, Street Dogs? This is Eric Kim. Right, so another Turbo Thought. So this one is about thinking about what's gonna last, what's not gonna last. So obviously, you know, we're not gonna live forever. At best, we could live to be 120. At worst, we could die tonight in our sleep. So I feel like my current strategy in life is to live my life as if I'm going to live to be 120 and also live my life like I'm gonna die tonight, which means I'm gonna create for today, you know, share all the thoughts which I find truly meaningful today, and not let fear of, you know, social stigma or stupidness kind of hold me back. And you know, it's interesting with this whole like COVID thing happening. I'm actually feeling more courageous. I'm actually feeling more empowered, and I'm actually feeling more bold and brave. And it's really important to me because I think, so you know, I don't personally believe in afterlife. So you know, obviously once I'm dead, I'm dead. But I do care about humanity and the future of humanity, and also, you know, all of us who are currently alive right now. And I really care enough, so much that I'm willing to, you know, dedicate my life and sacrifice my life to help empower others and help empower society, and obviously empower myself. And you know, like, in terms of thinking what's gonna last, obviously we cannot predict with 100% certainty which of our artworks or our creations are going to last, but you know, what we could do is increase the chance or probability of our artworks or our stuff to last. So some basic thoughts. So one thought is this. So I've been listening to like a lot of music lately and thinking about, like, you know, all the rappers and the musicians and artists and you know, painters and famous actors, who's kind of come and gone, and also thinking about people who have continued to last. And this is kind of what I think. Let me at least talk about rap music. So I've been listening to a lot of like Jay-Z recently, and I think Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt or his Blueprint or even Black Album, I think, at least in terms of hip-hop music, whatever, I think this will be around for a very, very long time. So obviously I cannot say forever because nothing lasts forever. Humans aren't gonna last. I hope humans last forever for another billion or trillion years, but probably not gonna last that long. I think we have a good likelihood of surviving another 500,000 years. You know, Homo sapiens have been around on planet Earth for 500,000 years. So I'm pretty bullish that we'll exist for that long. But in terms of, you know, beyond that, I'm not certain. But the interesting thing with Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, and why I think it's such a masterpiece and a great work of art, and I think it'll last so long, is that it's really the album in which he treated it like it would be his only album of all time. Like, you know, and Jay-Z is, you know, compared to all these other rappers, Jay-Z is the real deal. He's the real thing. You know, he was a hustler, he was a drug dealer, he's dealt with guns, the hard knock life. And even that's why, like, you could tell which rappers are real and which ones are phony. And this is why I actually really like Pusha T too, because I consider, you know, basically basing on the stories that he tells, it's like, yo, that real deal. So Jay-Z, he created the Reasonable Doubt like it was gonna be his last album. And you know, there's one of his quotes like, treat your first like your last and treat your last like it was your first. And so it does seem that if we create artwork that we don't really care so much for present time success, but we're really interested in long-term success. So even for myself, like, you know, it's easy to know what kind of artworks or stuff that you create, which is going to get a lot of clicks and views and whatever. But so it seems that whenever we compromise our artistic vision, we're just trying to create things that people are going to like or not to offend nobody, they generally don't last. But works of art where we create that are uncompromised generally tend to last a lot longer. So let me give you an example. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. Even Kanye admitted in an interview that he totally compromised on the album, is that like, I wanted to make a perfect album so I could prove to everyone I could make perfect, and now I done did it, and he's kind of on to the next one. Whereas I think, for me, my favorite album of all time with Kanye is Yeezus, and I think his, you know, like, irrespective of your opinion or our opinion, he certainly didn't compromise on the album. He had a very strong artistic vision, what he wanted, and he pursued it with 100% zeal, only made it 10 songs. He didn't compromise at all. And so I think this album will actually, you know, survive for a very long time. And so essentially I think that's the secret, and that's the key, is that whatever you create, whatever you produce, just don't compromise. It seems that compromising and, you know, caring too much about money, fame, followers, influence, blah blah, in the present moment, it's not gonna last. What's gonna last? Your soul imbued in your artworks, where you really treat it like the real deal.